Hey, this is chucksterr from World Class Assassins, bringing you the second episode of the community updates with my man Beast.
Hey guys, once again, good to have y'all back for episode 2.
And we'd just like to thank all the viewers for giving us positive feedback. A lot of the comments that were made we actually took into consideration, and we plan on implementing it for every episode in the future.
Yeah, really, it was awesome to see all the views and the feedback that we got, positive or negative, whatever. It was just great to hear that, and we took everything into consideration when making this episode, so we hope that this one is even better than the first one, and we're trying to get better each time.
All right, let's get this thing going then. We have multiple topics to talk about tonight. We have TWL League's semifinal match results that we need to discuss, CGL's big announcement, standings in Alienware and if anybody's moved up the ranks, and what's going on with Gigabyte.
Yeah, there's some big changes going on over at CGL, so we'll get you the latest over there. Also, for our interview this week, we have the CGL champion, Saga E-Sports. They're going to be represented by their leader, Pumpkn. We kind of pick his brain about 4v4, Saga E-Sports in general, kind of shed some insight on their team. And we're also going to talk to him about their transition from 4v4 into 8v8, kind of how they're handling that. It's interesting to hear from a 4v4 team how they're approaching 8v8. So we'll get his thoughts about that. And then also in our TWL update section, we're going to bring in a special guest to kind of talk about the championship match, which we'll get into more detail later. But I think you guys will like hearing from him. And then, as always, at the end of the podcast, we'll get you our shoutouts for the week. Not only Chuck and I's, but some of the shoutouts from the community. So, with that said, we can roll forward and get on with the show.
All right, let's get this ball rolling then. Beast, let's start off with TWL League first.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty exciting time over at TWL right now. The semifinals were played this past week, and Crucial and WKA came out on top in those matches, so the championship match is set between two of the better teams in the game. If you remember back to my power rankings last week, I had WKA at the number 2 spot with Crucial at the number 4. So this makes for a good championship match between two of the top 4 teams in the game, in my eyes anyway. So I'm really excited for that, and it's one of those matches where you really wish you had spectator mode, because this would be an awesome shoutcast. And just real quickly on that topic, I heard kind of rumblings on Twitter about the patch potentially being out within the next week, and if that is true, those of us who are still holding out for spectator mode, maybe get our first ever shoutcast. I'm probably completely and utterly wrong, but wishful thinking, I guess. Actually, we got a pretty cool guest to kind of shed some more light on this championship match. We're gonna bring in Cymera from Nexus Gaming, and he's a neutral source that kind of has known both teams for a while and played both teams many times in 8v8. So Cymera, thanks for joining us. Real quick, just kind of give us your thoughts on this match and what you expect.
It's an interesting match on Peak for the finals. Both teams are obviously very skilled. They've gotten very high up in every league they've played. They have different strengths as I see it. I think Crucial, although they have very good armor, I think their infantry might have an edge over WKA. But WKA has got an excellent tank and excellent support crew for that tank. I think they might have the better air power. So on a map like Peak, I think that it's WKA's match to lose. I think that if they can keep their tank alive, Doc Golem with that canister shell in the middle it's going to be brutal for Crucial's infantry. And if they can keep also Crucial's air down, then I don't really see how they can lose.
Yeah, so it sounds like WK is definitely your favorite. So if you had to flip it, and how do you think Crucial would go about winning this? If there was one thing that you would say, Crucial, you have to do this extremely well if you want to win, what do you think that is?
They're going to have to outmaneuver you. Outmaneuver Crucial, WK, that is. They're going to have to either take down the chopper, harass the back, or they're going to have to find a way to get around Doc Golem, take out his repairs, and then take down the tank. If they can take down the tank, I think they can overwhelm the middle flag and potentially hold it.
Cool, good stuff. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep, no problem.
Moving towards CGL, a lot of things changing over there. First of all, they're introducing a 5v5 infantry only league, which has been something that the community has really embraced since they started playing against the Euros at ESL. That's been a really fun thing for a lot of people, and it's good to see CGL open up a league on that. The 8v8 and 4v4s will both be returning for Season 2, as expected. And the one major change that CGL is trying to make is a pay-to-play option. Basically how it works is if your team wants to pay to play, it costs $10 per player, and if you pay, then you are in the running to make money at the end of the season during the tournament. The exact details are on the CGL website, but basically how it goes is if you pay, then you're guaranteed to make the playoffs regardless of where you finish in the standings, and you will have a chance to win the money. So it's an interesting strategy. I'll be interested to see how exactly that plays out. Also on CGL, they banned the M320 from all game modes, including 8v8. CGL being the first major league to really get rid of the 320 in 8v8. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. Lots of changes over there, Chuck. What do you think of that?
I think it's a good concept. The problem is banning 320s and other leagues not following suit could end up hurting CGL's chances of retaining players. I know it's a good idea to ban those things because they're really freaking lame sometimes, but there's also a lot of lame things in the game, including the USAS and all different types of RPG spams and stuff like that. But hopefully this new patch comes out and might actually fix some of the problems that are happening right now.
Yeah, and just kind of on that note real quick, I think over at TWL they tried to make a change with the squad leader only spawn on the league, and they were the only league to do that. And in the end, I think that really hurt the participation in that league. So I hope the same thing doesn't happen to CGL, because I'd really like to see them succeed and kind of take over as the main league for Battlefield.
Absolutely.
Alright, and moving on to Alienware now. The standings look somewhat similar to last week. WKA still atop, number 1. Their record stands at 5-0. Nexus has moved into the number 2 spot at 4-0. Really this past week there hasn't been too many marquee matchups. I would say the best matchup was probably between Nexus and No Mercy, and Nexus ended up pulling that one out in a really close match actually on Grand Bazaar. So good win there by Nexus. Rounding off the top 10, Bacon Strips at 3, Box Cubed at 4, The Art of Warfare at 5, Accountability Buddies at 6, Team Super at 7, Crimson at 8, Team Crucial at 9, and at number 10 is Aerial Aces. Lots of teams kind of just not playing too many games, so hopefully the action will pick up a bit as the weeks go on.
Yeah, you know, you're right. Hopefully a lot of the competition does start picking up here soon. I know that we actually have a pretty big match on Tuesday with Nexus Gaming, so that'll be interesting to see the outcome of that match. And so let's go ahead and transition into what's going on with Gigabyte.
Actually, a lot of things, Gigabyte, they've been making news the past few days. They actually extended their registration for the tournament until March 26th, basically pushing the tournament back a few weeks, which in my opinion was something that they really needed to do to get more teams involved in this thing, make this tournament more well known, because this could be the biggest Battlefield tournament for 8v8 that there is, and the teams right now are just not cutting it. They need some more teams. And I'd also like to correct myself from last week when we interviewed Gomez. I misspoke and said Metro was on the map list. It is not. The map list is as follows: Seeing Crossing, Grand Bazaar, Tehran Highway, Damavand Peak, Nashar Canals, Omen, Karkand, and Sharky, all the 3 flag versions. So you'll see there's no air maps there, Chuck. I don't know how you feel about that, but yeah, no air maps in this thing. It's kind of interesting.
It actually makes me limp in the pants. That I can guarantee.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. What about what league is this for? Is it North America? I'm pretty sure I see North America
It
on the
says
top.
North America Cup Season 1 in big orange lettering, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that too. So I actually noticed that Epsilon Esports is signing up for this.
Yeah, I saw that too. I know you have some feelings on that. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I'll let you kind of talk about that.
I'm pretty sure they had a European Cup, and they played over there. No North American teams actually signed up to that. I actually double-checked that just to make sure that we didn't have any big homos over there gaying it up.
Yeah, it'll just make it that much better when somebody knocks them out of the tournament. So.
Well, this isn't
We'll
the
see.
world. This isn't the world tournament. If it was the world tournament, I could see where we would be playing against teams from Europe. If this was an open thing, then teams like Nex and Pentas should be signing up to this.
Yeah, which actually I was gonna ask that if Epspawn's in here, then there's no reason why nexi shouldn't be in here as well. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep Epspawn in there or not, but I don't know. It's kind of lame right now how it is if they can.
So this is my message out to Cartel. You on that shit yet? Get that shit fixed, bro. All right, let's just go ahead and move away from all that drama for now. And let's go right to Beast with his interview.
Yeah, this week, like I had mentioned earlier, we've got Pumpkn from Saga E-Sports coming off of the sweet 4v4 championship over at CGL. Pumpkn, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Chucksterr and I watched the stream on Twitch, and it was actually really entertaining for a couple people who don't really play 4v4, mainly do 8v8s, but it was good stuff. The first question that we had for you today is just kind of about that season. It seemed as though midway through the season you guys were struggling a little bit, took a loss or two, but then you really found your game later in the season and early in the playoffs. What do you think was the difference between that middle of the season Saga team and that Saga team that won the championship?
Well, after the Newegg tourney, we noticed a lack of performance in one of our members. I'm not gonna name the guy, but
Fair enough.
we asked him if he was hacking, and we found out that he was using X22 for the entire or the first half of CGL,
Wow.
as well as the entire Newegg tournament. And after that, and I also just came back from a month of personal problems. So when I came back to hear that, I was trying to get everything back into my direction. The guy that was hacking was actually the leader for my absence.
Jeez.
Yeah, so after I got him off the team, as I said, me and my right-hand man Dream, we tried to push the team in a new direction, started recruiting better players, and after we got Hitman, one of our, probably our ace on the team, and Naima from Sweet Peas, that's when everything started coming into place, and that's how we took home the bacon.
How much time does it actually take for a top CGL team to put into this game for 4v4 and actually come out successful?
Well, it's actually kind of ridiculous because with the time we had, I mean, we had to just put all our effort into winning that title. I think there was I think it was 4 games before the championship. So we vowed that we'd put as much effort or time as we could into it, and we did 8 hours a day from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Jeez.
Yeah, Saturday through Thursday.
Yeah, that kind of dedication is not seen on the 8v8 level. I'll say that.
Well, I'm just lucky that I found Hitman and I, people that really wanted to push this team forward. I was really lucky in getting those guys, very dedicated players.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of time. I don't think any of the 8v8 teams would even dream about doing something like that.
No.
All right, well, since I'm not really up to date with a lot of the 4v4 community, and since a lot of the comments were to get a little bit more 4v4 friendly, just kind of give us a rundown with all the leagues and ladders that are going on in 4v4 and maybe your own personal power rankings.
Well, to be honest, the 4v4 scene is somewhat died in the past month or so. After Plantronics, a lot of teams started straying away from 4s and going into 8s, especially after, for some reason, after Rival stopped their 4s and Fragment as well. I didn't really see much activity, but it's starting to pick up again. People are hoping for another money tournament to come up, as well as I. But with this new CGL buy-in method that they have, $40 a team, that might bring in some more competition, bring interest into 4s. But really, there really hasn't been an interest in 4s. So I'm hoping for the best in the future.
Is Pain Street putting on a 4v4 tournament, or is that?
I believe they are. I went to go sign up for it, and when I did, like not even 2 days later, I saw that it was canceled. But now it's back up again, and it's only like $150, maybe $250 grand prize.
Huh.
So I'm not really interested in that. I mean, sure, it's some money for our work, but I'm really looking forward to another like Gigabyte doing a 4v4 or something, another big money tournament, basically.
And your power rankings?
The top competition right now in 4s, definitely Rival, especially after that 4v4 win. A lot of people look up to them, being one of the head teams for 4s. But we've also had some great games with Nexus and No Mercy, and a team that we're actually teaming up with for the AV8 Gigabyte, Passive Aggressors. That's another good team.
Lethal WMD 99.
Yeah.
Good guys.
Yeah, we discussed it about a week ago, seeing if we could put our two infantry groups together. I mean, they're a great group of guys. They're good. They're all good shots. It's just that right now our weakness is definitely vehicles.
Yeah, and actually that was kind of my next question. Talk about your 8v8 team. I see that you guys are signed up for Gigabyte, and you got a team on Alienware up there. How much time do you guys think you're going to put into this 8v8 scene? I know you probably won't put as much as 4v4, but I mean, there's some pretty good cash prizes out there right now for 8v8. So how are you guys approaching that?
Well, I mean, like I said, we put a lot of time and effort into 4s, and we're not going to stop because we really are hoping for a money tournament to pop up sometime in the future. But with 8s, I mean, it's a really whole new ball game. I mean, I can't even stand it. Like, we were scrimming earlier yesterday, and I was just getting so frustrated because vehicles are such an important aspect, obviously. And being a 4v4 team, we're heavily infantry based. We're all really good shots, but when it comes to manning a tank, it's just we don't know left from right. Same with ADK. I mean, they're all great shots, but in the end, I don't know how we're going to approach this. We're just mixing up 2-4 teams and trying to conquer the 8v8 scene with infantry power, and that's just not going to work. We are going to put as much time and effort into it as possible. Right now, I'm trying to work with 2 different schedules. So, I mean, we'll see what happens in the future. As I said yesterday, we scrimmed for about 3 hours, trying to find our right chemistry, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool though. I mean, I think a lot more 4v4 teams should follow your footsteps and get together with another 4v4 team and say, hey, let's play some 8v8. There's some tournaments going on. I think it'd be pretty good for the community. With that, Pumpkn, thanks a lot. That was good stuff right there. Appreciate you stopping by. If there's anything else you'd want to throw out to your fans or your team or the community in general, now's your chance, man. Speak away.
We're just a good group of friends, competitive players, and that's basically it. If you're a 4v4 team or you're thinking about making a 4v4 team, contact me. My origin ID is Saga-Pumkn, or it's spelled weird. It will be in the description probably.
Yeah, we'll get it in the description and the video for you.
Yeah, but add me and challenge our team, and if you want, we even help other teams. We've helped Team Purge out. few other teams. I can't name them right off the bat, but we've tried to broaden the 4v4 scene. So, like I said, if you guys need any tips or tricks, or you guys just want a challenge, come at me.
Cool, man. Well, again, thanks for stopping by, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thanks, man.
Hey, thanks for your time. All right, that was a nice little interview we had there. Thanks, Pumpkn, for spending some time with us. Let's go ahead and move on to our shout-out section. I'm going to go ahead and lead us off with my shout-out to August We Must. Nice beanies.
Beanies, plural, yeah.
And plural. He's got a nice little collection there.
He's got a good beanie game going on.
And strong neckbeard, bro.
Quality neckbeard. Good stuff. Mine's a little bit more serious, but I just got a shout out to all of the teams who accept scrims in Gamers Portal, and they're actually ready to scrim. For example, 8v8 scrims. Nothing is more annoying than having someone accept your scrim only to wait for 20 minutes for them to get in your server. So shout out to the teams who actually accept scrims when they have 8 ready to go, because it is nothing more annoying than sitting there wasting your time waiting for people to load up in your server. So
no, it is very frustrating. All right, well, I got another one. I got 2 from Gomez from No Mercy. He'd like to give a shout out to Nexus Gaming for one hell of a game. And he'd also like to give a shout out to IOV. The No Mercy monkeys are still around.
That they are. More than you could say about IOV.
It's a nice little rivalry we got going on there.
Yeah. A lot of No Mercy love on this podcast. I've got a shout out from No Mercy, Frankie, and Pax. They just want to give a shout out to Word2Y'all, who is starting up a stream on Twitch. He's been doing it for a couple weeks now, and they just want to say that he is hilarious and fun to watch. So shout out to him.
All right, I got another 2. They're 2 different people. Cymera from Nexus wants to give a shout out to Rec. He said, "What's Gucci?" And then I have a shout out from Uber Duber Soldat to Exile, a member of Nexus. If you didn't know, you probably didn't know. How's riding the bench?
Couple last shout outs from me here. I got one from our friends from down south, Next Impetus. Jan, I don't know how to say it, but he just wants to say hello to one of his Brazilian friends, Hell from Clan CZ. It's another Brazilian clan, I don't know. So there you go, I got that in there for you. And then also I got a shout out from Macaulay, or Macaulay, I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, but he wants to give, or he's on Clerks, by the way, and he wants to give a shout out to his good buddy Cartel over at Rival. And he just wants to say, Cartel, you better get your rulebook ready because you're going to need it.
He's already starting the strong trash talking, I see.
Yeah, that's kind of who he is. He's kind of the king, as he would call himself, the king. So.
All right. Well, that's all we got for today. Hopefully you took something from this podcast, and we will be back next week.
Yeah, and real quick before we sign off, I just want to kind of throw an idea out there that Chuck and I have been kind of talking about. Just doing some kind of live stream on twitch.tv, where basically me and him would hop on there and just basically kind of do something like this, but it wouldn't be nearly as organized. We'd kind of just bullshit about the community, and you guys would hop in the chat and ask questions, just talk. We'd have guests pop in and out of Mumble, and just kind of have the whole community in one spot at once and kind of have it in open form. Just kind of talk and see what's going on and see what everyone's thinking. So if that's something that you guys think you'd be interested in, leave a comment or hit us up on battleLog or I mean, you guys know where to find us, so just let us know if that sounds cool. If not, then we'll just pretend like we never talked about it. But yeah.
Alrighty. All right. Well, this is chucksterr signing out.
And this is Beast. We will see you guys next week.
Later.